There's a girl, she's a star. She's got style. Steffi Star, you see her face around the town. She's popular. Steffi Star.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Weinstein.
And I'm Lois Pavlakis.
And I'm Meredith Keach.
Stephanie Weinstein.
We're real estate agents.
Heidi Weinstein.
Oh, what?
You're my cousin.
I am?
Heidi Weinstein.
I don't know Heidi
Oh,
Weinstein.
you don't?
No.
Is this on camera?
Yeah.
I don't know Heidi Weinstein.
All right.
All I know is that I'm a real estate agent
With Coldwell Banker.
in the Easton office.
And I'm not.
Oh, Lois is not a real estate
Mother's
agent.
not a real estate agent. Mother is visiting from Boynton Beach, Florida. So
Exactly.
this is a very exciting day to have Mother on the show.
Can I ask you why?
No, Mother, you know you love show business.
No, of course.
Shall we break out into song?
There's no business like show business. There's no business we know.
Okay, as soon as Mother got out of the car, she was hurling insults at me.
Well, I don't call them insults. I just call it constructive criticism.
So the first one was,
You're here.
what about it?
You're
I said,
here.
I said to my mother, oh my God, I went to bed with a completely wet head. And you said,
It looks it.
yes, it looks it. And then you said,
For such a pretty girl, you could be doing something better with your hair. And you said,
I am just enjoying the show.
yeah, so that was that. So we had hair issues. We had my sister fell. My
Oh.
sister fell on the way in. She was concerned about her sandwich.
What day did you come in, Lois?
I came in on Tuesday.
Okay, so you've been here for a few days.
I've been here for a few days, and when I first got here, I said, you have to be kidding. I came from 90-degree weather,
Oh.
and it was slightly freezing here. But I am a Boston girl. I was born and brought up in Boston. I went to Boston Public Schools, and I love the city.
But we're in Easton.
Yes, we are. You're in the burbs.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Do you like it here in Easton, Mother?
Well, of course I like it in Easton. I have family that's here, but I think it's a very pretty town. It is a town, or is it a city?
Meredith? Meredith says the sun rises and sets in Easton, Massachusetts.
Center of the universe.
But is it a town or a city?
It's a town.
Oh, okay.
Just outside the suburb radius of Boston.
Oh, all right, fine. Okay, so that's good.
So, Meredith, we haven't
Yes.
even talked. Meredith K. Keach, as we all know, ran the 2014 Boston Marathon. Oh, we have a live audience today, too. Several people in the audience, 2 people. My sister Nancy and
Who refuses to be
Matthew.
on camera?
and Matthew. And my sister refuses to come on camera. So, Meredith, my God, what a stressful day for me while you were running the marathon. Can you maybe bring us through the highlights?
Okay, so days leading up were among the most exciting, I would say, of my life. It was absolutely phenomenal. I had jitters. I know my running mates did. I couldn't sleep. And so day of, the group met at my house that we were running with. And then we drove up to Hopkinton, stayed at a friend's house in Hopkinton, which was really a dream, and big thanks to them, because we didn't have to wait for 4 or 5 hours morning of.
huge.
Right. And so then we took a ride over and met with the buses, and this is where it started to get interesting for me. We met at the high school, I think it was, the high school, and you were immediately wanded in order to get onto a bus. So security was unlike anything I've seen. So then the bus drives you over, and there was a military and police presence, again, like I've never seen. There were men and women on the rooftops. You had to walk through a corridor of men and women, and this was as runners. You had to have your number displayed. You couldn't have bags. It was really, really tight, but it was exciting. The day was beautiful. Our wave, the 4 waves of 9,000 people went through.
Wow.
So we were wave number 4, so we didn't start until, I think the official start was 11:25. And so you're there with 9,000 people. I mean, there was a row as long as you could see of porta potties. There was a big tent and people stretching and doing everything they could to
Meredith,
just
did you
avoid.
use the porta potty before?
I did. I had to. Right. I could have used it again too, but yeah.
You only
yeah.
used it once?
Just once. Yeah, but we were there for I don't know.
No, during
45
the
minutes.
whole race.
Oh, I did use a porta potty once during the race.
And how long did it take you to complete the race?
Who knows? Forever.
Yeah.
Over 5 hours.
And you weren't tired?
No. Oh yeah. Well, sort of. Yeah.
She's
yeah.
Meredith K. Keach. She doesn't
Yeah.
get tired.
Well, we
know
we
why,
really
too.
we, we weren't
say that. No.
we
Yes,
weren't
we
running
can.
at lightning speed here. You know, this
Yeah.
was walk when you had to
Right,
in order
exactly.
in order to complete. The heat was something we didn't train for. Had I been in Boynton Beach, yes, but training in 38 degrees did not prepare me certainly for 70 degrees to run
70
it.
degrees,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I wanted to enjoy the run, which I definitely did. My running partner did not so much. There were two of them, and one of them he disclosed at about the halfway point, when he wasn't being himself, that he'd been battling the stomach flu. So he is completely just the toughest guy I think I've ever met, because he proceeded to vomit several times in the second half of the race and completed the race. I mean, who does that?
How could he have
I
done
don't know
that?
who does that.
And completed
Mother,
it
why
running.
could he do
He
that?
toughed it out.
I'm not saying.
Mother, just
no,
say
you
it.
can say it.
He did it because he's not Jewish.
Oh, well, there you go. There's the official.
That's
Well,
the
that is
reason why,
official
because I had no idea.
I said to my mother, Mother, I don't know how Meredith does it. She's a top real estate agent. She ran the Boston Marathon. She has 3 kids under the age of 4. How could she do it? And Mother, your response was,
That's because she's not Jewish. And Stephanie, what were you doing the day that Meredith was running? Where were you?
I was so stressed out. I was worried the whole day.
You were in the media tent.
I was a wreck. I was in the media tent on my couch. I was waiting for Meredith's text to come in, and anytime she texted, anytime it came over, I immediately posted to Facebook. I had a headache that day. It was too much for
Figures.
me. And then I kept posting, and my mother was writing, she's still running? Yes, Mother, she's still running. All day she's been running. All day. So Meredith, continue on.
It was, well, the neat thing is, so your bib has a chip on it. So when you go
Oh.
over every 5K, it registers. And at each 10K, it sent out a text to Stephanie and said, this is where she's at in the course, and this is her time so far. Yeah, so that was pretty
It was
neat.
so
And
exciting.
can I ask you, what happened with those people that got a bib anyway and they weren't part of the race? Did you read about that?
No.
Yeah, there were a couple of people that actually snuck in.
Oh.
Yes.
Bandits.
Yes, and they had a bib.
Oh, maybe they took some old bib and just put it on them.
Maybe.
Yeah.
What kind of security is that?
I don't
Well,
know.
it's interesting. There were large men and women. Actually, I did see
Large
women as well
women?
in camo with big guns all along the course. I mean, all along the course, a huge police presence. But you know what was the most interesting thing to me? So, in order to qualify for the race, you have to run a qualifying race in 3 hours and 30 minutes.
Oh, dear.
Which is pretty crazy. At least in my world, that's pretty crazy.
Mine too.
So the rest,
could do
so there's
Yeah.
one wave of 9,000 runners that qualifies. 3 other waves of 9,000 people, so 27,000 people were running for charity. So when you see one of my running partners, Fred, for example, ran for the House of Possibilities here in Easton. When you see that tenacity to get over the finish line, there's no option for failure.
Right.
Everyone had something on their shirt that was significant to them as to
Right.
why they were there. They had to finish, unless literally they were pulled off, their bodies wouldn't allow them. Whatever it took, whatever time it took, they needed to finish because of the charity and the
enthusiasm.
person or the people that they were running
Yeah.
for. And that was pretty extraordinary
Yeah,
to
yeah.
see, for sure.
Yeah.
And of course, the thousands of people. I mean, I really felt like I was a
Sure, rooting
professional
you.
athlete,
That's
you know,
right.
with people, which I am clearly not, but
you
thousands
are
of
in
people
my eyes.
cheering you on.
Yes,
it
I
was
think it's
awesome.
wonderful.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
And we raised an extraordinary amount of money for the Crohn's Colitis Foundation of America, so that was
that was wonderful.
Yeah, that was
Yes.
really great.
Meredith, you are unbelievable. Yeah, Meredith, I know that you might not have come in first place at the marathon, but as you know, you are a first place girl in our eyes, and that is why I would like to present you with this leaf crown because you are a winner.
Sir.
So that's
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you for the honor.
yes. Oh, you wouldn't believe it. It just stopped on its own.
Perfect.
Wow, isn't that
Perfect
something? So that looks absolutely.
Do you mind if I wear it for a little bit?
You should wear
Okay.
it. It looks absolutely magnificent.
And do you know where that originated from?
Why don't you tell us, Mother?
Well, I really don't know, but I think it has something to do with the early Greek races when
Well-
they used to do marathons.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's where it originated.
yes, because
but
it's
I haven't
supposed to be.
studied up
It's
on
the
it.
olive leaf.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, that came from the first Olympics in Greece.
Yes, exactly.
So now you you are in our winner's circle here in Easton and around the world and the
Fantastic.
universe.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And I just felt that you needed to have
And Stephanie, you
a
did,
faux olive leaf.
and not
crown.
only that, but it matches beautifully with her highlights.
Her highlights look stunning. I know Mother's been staring at your hair, and my sister said, from what I gather, and I can see on camera, Meredith has gorgeous hair. My family.
Wow, you guys,
Well,
this is
my
quite an honor
family is
today.
obsessed with hair. Your hair either looks good, your hair either looks frizzy, your hair is gross, you need highlights. Who do you
true.
think you are? So it's all about hair in my family.
Well, I think we should all be all about hair.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
So
Hair is
That-
great fun. And Stephanie has magnificent hair, clearly. It's like Cher's hair, just long and gorgeous and flowing.
that's not Mother. Thanks.
Maybe we don't all agree. So, Lois, tell us about what you've done while you've been here. You've been here just a few days.
Just a few days.
Yeah?
Yeah. Well, I thought I was going to get into Boston, but we just never managed to do that. But Nancy's been a great hostess.
And Nancy lives where?
Nancy lives in Marblehead.
Oh,
So,
beautiful.
yeah,
Did
it
you go to
is.
the beach?
I'm going to go to the beach. I don't
Okay,
go to the
maybe
beach in
Mother
Florida.
doesn't swim. Mother, when's the last
I
time you put
don't-
on a swimsuit?
Probably years ago in the Bahamas. I really don't know.
So, what have you been doing? Drinking? Shots
well,
of tequila?
no, not shots of tequila.
Okay.
Just a few shots of wine.
Shots of wine, okay.
And I don't know, going out to eat
Okay.
and doing a little shopping.
Oh.
So that was fun.
Yep.
And going to the museum, the Peabody Essex Museum, where they have some really nice exhibits.
They have a whole house there, don't they?
Oh, yes,
set up?
yes, from China. That
Yep.
was flown over from China. But I had seen it before, but it's very interesting. And they're having a China display now as well.
Oh, gorgeous.
From China.
Okay.
Which brought me to a question. When did they start calling porcelain China? I don't know. I never Googled it.
Well, we'll have to look it up.
We'll have to look that up. But it was a very nice exhibit. And then there was
Mother,
an
did you have
art
a
dec-
shoe episode?
Oh my God, my feet have never been hurting so much in my life.
From the high heels.
No, I've got another problem. I'm
Okay.
allergic to low heels. I
Oh.
do better off with high heels.
Mother's
Oh.
always worn a high heel.
Okay.
She
Yeah.
cannot walk around in any type of loafer situation.
It's
So when
true.
she does, the issues happen.
Maybe we should get her a pair of my clogs.
Yeah.
Meredith has a wonderful pair of clogs.
Oh, well, the problem was that I really don't have closed-toe shoes because I'm always in Florida.
Right.
And so, you know, I have all these open-toed shoes, which of course I couldn't bring here in 30-degree weather.
Right.
So, but I managed to survive.
Mother, have you ever been called to the grievance committee down in Boynton Beach?
Well, I was once called to the grievance committee, but they canceled it before I actually had to issue my grievance.
So, was the grievance filed on your behalf or from you?
Well,
How
I
did that
took
work?
hold of the fitness instructor's arm and I went like this.
Oh.
And she said, "Well, it's time for a grievance,"
Okay.
because they fired an instructor
Mother,
that had to do with race, and I don't like that.
Oh, okay.
Mother, I feel it was more than just this.
No, it wasn't.
You went like this,
Yes.
and the instructor said, I'm bringing you to the
Yes,
grievance
exactly.
committee.
That's correct.
Because you
But-
invaded her personal space.
That's right.
Okay.
So when I went to the manager and we discussed it before I went to the grievance committee chairperson, I said I would like to counter suit and have some kind of a grievance against the fitness instructor who seems to be just throwing herself on men.
Oh.
So, guess what? The grievance was canceled,
Interesting.
isn't it?
You fought right back.
I fought right back.
Good job.
That's
Do
right.
not mess with Lois
Apparently not.
in Boynton Beach.
Right.
Just don't name the club.
I will not.
Now, do you still go to the club?
Oh, absolutely.
Good for you.
Oh, yes.
Good for you.
Yes, yes. It's very nice. It really is. When you're retired and you have to do something with yourself.
Mother,
Right.
could you go about a typical day?
Well, yeah, a typical day is really getting up in the morning, putting on my workout clothes and going to the gym, and then getting my cup of coffee and sitting around with the ladies where we talk political events.
Where are you sitting around?
Outside by the tennis courts.
Isn't there a large pool?
There is, but that's on the other side.
You talk about current events.
We talk about current events.
Wasn't there a fight that broke out in current events class, Mother?
Yes, there was last year. Men seemed to be attacking each other personally instead of just willing to debate. So one man got angry at another, and one person threw a book at the other one.
A book.
A book, yes, very, very
Books are
childish. Books are thrown. Men are very childish when they get older. I'm just preparing the two of you. This is what happens with men, okay? They regress to childhood, ASAP.
Didn't the moderator get scared and run out of the room?
The moderator got scared, and he said he was leaving the room.
And then the ladies
The ladies
said,
did not get scared, did not get frightened. I don't know what we said, but I don't remember, but we don't, we take all this foolishness as just what it is.
Did you ask for more wine?
We didn't have wine at current events.
That probably was the
But
problem.
yeah, because we meet with current events very, early in the morning. And then about 8 of us go to a delicatessen where we have coffee and bagels.
Is it Flakowitz?
No, it is not Flakowitz.
Oh.
It happens to be bagels and. It is not Flakowitz. Flakowitz,
Bagels and. Is there a ... after the and?
no, but there should be.
Is it spelled out and, or is
Yes.
it an ampersand?
That's
Is
a
that the
good question, and I can't answer it.
So does
bagels
everyone go
and.
together to the bagel shop?
Only about 5 or 8 of us women.
Okay.
We don't sit with the men.
Okay.
We need to sit with the women.
Right.
Because we get very engrossed in conversation about politics, and then what
Or
happens?
about your children.
And about our children, and then when we can be in the most serious discussion, we said, oh, it's time for a manicure.
So you go get your nails done.
So that's the way it is with women. But it's very important as you age to have women friends, because women are always your support system, really and truly. So keep that in mind. You have a few years to go.
Stunning.
Wise words from a wise woman.
Yes, Mother. That was
that was
very-
the quote of the day.
Yes, it was. So,
Well, I think that's fantastic. And there's a restaurant that Stephanie's told me about that you love called Flakowitz. And apparently there's a hostess who's particularly unkind.
Absolutely. It's a delicatessen, and they're from New York, and I will not mention what religion they are.
Okay.
But they eat bagels and chopped liver.
Oh.
So they're very nasty.
Okay.
They're very nasty because they think they're just terrific, which their food products are, their bakery products are outstanding. But they're very rude, and they will not seat you if there is just one of the party or 2 of the party of 3, whatever. The entire party has to be there, or else they do not seat you. So my husband dropped me off, and I said, why bother? Because they're not going to seat me. So he said, well, go in anyway. So I go in anyway, and I stand there, and then the hostess says, how many are there of you? I said, 1. Oh, maybe 2.
Liar!
Maybe 2. Well, where's the other one? I said, look out in the window right behind you. There he's coming. No, I'm not looking out. Well, why aren't you looking out? Just look out the window. Here he comes. I'm not allowed to look out. This is what she says to me. So, fine. So we came in, and I said, see, here he is. And we had whatever we had, and we left.
Then she would seat you.
Then a week later, my husband says, let's go to Flakowitz. I said, why? They're so rude. And I said, plus, it's close to closing time. So he says, no, let's try anyway. I said, fine. So we get there at 7:45.
This is Flakowitz.
This is Flakowitz.
And the sign says, we are closed at 7:45. It was, so they had to close before 7:45 because we were there exactly 7:45. I knock on the door because it's locked, and I said to the hostess, and she went, So I said, fine, we'll go to 2J's. So we went to 2J's.
Took your business elsewhere.
That's right. And 2J said, hi, welcome, come in. And there you go.
There it is for me.
That's right.
I'd be
Never go-
done with Flakowitz. Or are the
No,
sandwiches
they
just
like
worth
the
it?
torture.
Okay.
They continue to go back and be
Okay.
tortured by this, you know, the soup Nazi on
Right,
Seinfeld?
right.
Well, she is the soup Nazi of Flakowitz.
They're-
And
but-
my parents, everybody goes back for this torture. It's constant.
They're hoping for change.
I don't know what they're hoping for. But anyway, Stephanie sent me the website for Flakowitz.
Yes, I did.
So I said everything was wonderful, terrific. They're high priced, but you get what you pay for. Their bakery products are delicious, but the hostesses are very rude. Are very rude.
You heard it here first.
That's right. Mother has a few obsessions.
Okay.
Oh my dear.
One of them is this.
It's the Dickie.
Mother is obsessed with a Dickie. Mother has Dickies in all colors, and every time I'm cold or I need a layering piece, Mother says, well, you should buy a Dickie.
They don't even make them anymore.
Can we get them? Amazon must have them.
Oh, they do. They're all over the web.
Are
You can
they?
get them. Oh, yeah.
I have one in black, one in gray, and one in white.
Mother swears by a Dickie.
One in black, one in gray, and one in white.
That's right.
That
Have you
makes
ever
sense.
worn one?
No.
They keep you nice and warm.
I think I need to get one for this winter.
We might have to get some.
Actually, it's the first warm day, I think, of the year, so I could probably wear it tomorrow because we know tomorrow will probably be cold.
This is another obsession of Mother's. The
It's
Queen.
the Queen. I actually saw her in person.
You did?
Yeah, it was many years ago, and we were obviously in London, and we went
Don't
to
try cheating, Mother.
and we went to Buckingham Palace.
Come on.
No, we were just standing outside, and I was, standing on the gate, and I don't know what they call those British guards that wear the tall hats. I don't know the name of them.
Okay.
And he's going back and forth, and he's supposed to be very austere and keep a straight face. But after about 4 or 5 times, I, for some reason, just said to him, "Good morning," and he cracked up because Stephanie used to say that all the time. Good morning. So, yes.
I don't recall
Well-
any childhood memories.
Well, I recall plenty. So anyway, all of a sudden the gates open, and out comes this Ecru, Rolls Royce.
Oh.
With ER on top. You must know what that means. It's, I don't know. I'm sure some of your viewers know. It's just what they refer to as the, to the Queen. And there she is sitting there with her white hair and her 2 dips and her practice.
dip?
No, 2 of them. She's had ever since, ever. And she does her practice wave. And I said, "It's the Queen."
Mother's obsession.
I love the Queen and the royal
She really
family.
does. And she loves the royal family so much that we were going through her cell phone pictures the other night, and she has more cell pictures of baby George.
Isn't he adorable?
More photos of baby George on her cell phone than she does of myself, my sister, or any of our children.
But he's so precious.
It's all
I love
about
babies.
Baby George.
I love babies. So cute.
So just a few of Mother's obsessions, and maybe we could just do one more, one of your favorite.
Do you have china and sets around your house of figurines of the Queen and
No.
no? Oh.
That might
no.
be a good idea, though, for a present.
I already saw her in person.
We should arrange a tea with the Queen.
Tea with the Queen.
Or at least with Sally.
Actually, I have a cousin who's met the Queen.
Oh.
Yeah, well, she is a curator at the Metropolitan Art Museum in New
Mother
York.
tries to brag how smart our side of the family is.
Yeah, but wait a minute. I always said, and her name is Beth Carver Weiss, that she got the brains and I got the allergies. Hey, what can I tell you?
That's just the way it goes.
That's the way it goes.
So, what else? What else, everybody?
So you're leaving tomorrow.
Yes, I am leaving
Yes,
tomorrow.
we're going out for dinner tonight. We're going out for Greek food.
Oh, delicious. Where are you going to go?
To Tasso's in Norwood.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a family-owned restaurant, and we've been frequenting there for a long time.
What will you get?
Probably their chicken kebab, because it's very good.
On a bed of rice?
Sure, why not?
How about you, Steph?
Well, the last time, we went there last year, and what's the gourmet people that come in secretly? The Phantom Gourmet came in.
Oh.
Phantom Gourmet came in. Oh, they were all over our table. Remember, Nance? Dad was spitting all over the camera. Reek. It was. Oh, we were movie stars. All of a sudden, Bernie and Phil walked in.
Oh, you're all done.
That was it. They ran over to Bernie and Phil, and we were practically cut out of every scene.
Yeah, but you know what? Bernie and Phil are just not as photogenic as we are.
This is true. That's why you have a TV show and
That's
you have
right.
commercials.
I guess so.
That's
Yeah. What will you order from the Greek restaurant? What's good?
Well, probably some chicken souvlaki.
oh, the same as me.
Will you
Oh,
have-
is that what you said?
Well, chicken kebab, chicken souvlaki.
Oh, same
it's
thing.
the same thing.
I feel like I eat so much chicken.
Me too.
And when I go to the supermarket, though, I look at everything. Everything looks gross. There's nothing to cook anymore.
Well, beef is really tough to get that's good beef. I mean, near impossible. I try, and I just haven't had a good steak in a while.
Meredith's looking for some good crock pot recipes.
Yeah, well, do
Mother's.
No, I don't. I've given up cooking.
Yeah, but Mother said if you're a working woman, you should have a crock pot.
You just make
Right.
just throw some roasted meat in beef for roasting in a crock pot, and throw in whatever and plug it in and go off for the day.
Yeah.
Really, it's really easy. You throw a little wine into it for a little taste.
Oh. Maybe it's the wine I haven't been doing.
Oh.
Because when I cook it, it just comes out. It always comes out so dry. I've tried
you're
a
overcooking
gazillion.
it.
It must be. But how do you go? How can I put it in? It probably maybe should be in there for 6 hours. But if I put it in the morning, leave it 8 in the morning, and we don't eat until 6:37. If it's done at 3 in the afternoon, that's probably not a good thing. That it just sits, turns off, right? So then
Oh.
it's cooking too much.
No, I don't think so. I don't know. Could
No,
be.
Mother's from the old school where she puts the turkey in the night before for Thanksgiving
Okay.
and
On the low
lets meat sit on the counter for days,
Oh, right.
defrosting and rotting.
Yeah.
That's
So-
not quite true, Stephanie. That's a gross exaggeration. When I used to make my Thanksgiving dinner, my turkey, when I would buy it frozen, I would put on a shelf in the garage, and it would defrost for 2 days because it was always cold that time of year.
Okay.
Here. And then I would put it in the night before on a 225, which they tell you not to do, stuffed, which they tell you not to do. And by morning, that turkey was delicious because I'd make a little tent, and it was just fabulous, and it just would fall off the bone. But now you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this. So I don't know. Cooking isn't the same. So
Right.
I've given it up.
Well, it sounds like you did a pretty good
I
job.
have too.
You have too?
Sure.
Okay.
What about you? You have to cook. You have 3 little ones.
I didn't say I wasn't going to, but I
But now with all the prepared food and
Right.
takeout restaurants, why do you have to cook?
Well, this I thought was a brilliant idea. I have yet to do it yet, but a friend of mine has a neighbor who makes meals 3 days a week and sells them to people like me. And
Yeah.
she sends out a menu on, I
Right.
think, Saturday.
That is so dreamy.
And I
Yeah.
just can sign up.
Isn't that
I just keep
wonderful?
forgetting to do it, but I can sign up at a prearranged time and go pick my food up. It's a home cooked meal. I can go pick it up and it serves 4 to 5 and I'm good to go.
That's
So
right. That's
that
great.
is perfect. Other than that, it's tough. If you get home at 6 o'clock at night and haven't thought of anything for dinner,
Oh.
you're going to have peanut butter and jelly for dinner. You just have to prepare it. And finding all these shortcuts has been something that I'm learning, as you go along, because the later I get home, it's just too difficult. Everybody's hungry when you walk in the door, so
Sure.
you have to have a snack ready and then make dinner, and then, it's a lot. I understand why my mom quit cooking. You've quit cooking. I now completely understand that at a certain point to say, forget it, I'm done with this.
The words that make me angry in my family are, Mom, I'm hungry. What's for dinner? That makes me angry.
Why?
It's a normal question from a
Because
child.
I don't want to cook.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I don't want to cook.
Okay.
Well,
It's a thorn in my side now.
Yeah.
Before, when I wasn't working, it was a whole different ball game.
Right.
I wake up, I go to the gym, we'd go out for lunch, I get my nails done, I get my hair done, I'd go shopping in Target for hours, all that. I'd come home, make delicious dinners. I'm exhausted now. Meredith
Right.
and I both work today.
Yep.
We're both working tomorrow. We're
Right.
working all week. We work 7 days a week.
Yep.
it's a different picture today.
It's a different picture today, so something's going to give, and I give up on food.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, your children like to eat.
Well, you know what? They're old enough, they can start
Oh,
cooking
that's
for
true.
themselves.
Well, some people do. There's some organizations. One's I think is called Dream Dinners, and you actually can go and make a whole bunch of meals, like those Bertolli meals that you
Right.
put in the freezer and you just throw them in the pan and heat it up, and it's good to go. It's that same idea, except it's better for you. And so you prep a whole week. I mean, that sounds as exhausting as making food every day.
But everything's
But
already
at
chopped
least-
up, right?
right.
Everything's chopped up,
You
ready
pour
to
it in
go.
the pan and you're
you
good.
follow the recipe,
Yeah.
right?
But aren't you lucky that they have this today?
Yes.
Years
Yes,
ago
but
they
Meredith
didn't.
doesn't
How-
do it.
How
Right.
about when I was working in the afternoons and I used to prepare dinner, and then
Mother,
I would
you
call
prepared
you
a
up,
loaf.
Whatever
You
loaf.
prepared a salmon loaf, a meat loaf, anything that you could loaf.
That's right. And I would say, put it in at a certain hour.
Yes, dear.
And a couple of times you forgot,
Yes,
and then we didn't
dear.
have dinner.
And then you came home and said,
That's right.
Well, and you didn't do
Not
it again.
correct.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Or when you and your sister used to call me up and I was at work and you would be fighting, I would just hang the phone up.
She would say,
That's right.
Smart thing to do.
That's
Handle
right.
it yourself.
That's right.
Yes, self-reliance.
That's
You guys
correct.
figure it out.
That's right.
What else have you got
I
for
was
a photo?
practically dead, but that's okay. Well, I'm not even sure we have time. I don't know what.
One more photo. We have to talk about
One
this
more
because
photo.
I need Lois's input.
This
on
is my
Oh, I've seen
mother's
that.
favorite couple of all time, Kim and Kanye and Baby North. Mother, what do you think of this magnificent Hollywood family? Are they today's role model?
Not in my opinion.
What have you called Kim Kardashian in the past?
A pig.
I think we should probably end the show right now, Meredith. So I'd like to thank my mother, Lois Pavlakis, for coming on and being our guest today.
Thank you, Lois. It was a
It was
true
a lot
pleasure.
of fun, and I'm glad I finally got to meet you,
Next
Meredith.
time Mother comes on, maybe we'll do a quick segment of Fashion Police.
Yes.
Maybe when you come home this summer, we can really do
Only
something.
if you get me a Joan Rivers wig.
Oh,
Fine.
we can handle that.
Consider it done. So thank you for joining us. I'm Stephanie Weinstein,
I'm Meredith Keach.
And Lois Pavlakis.
and this is The Show.
Thanks for joining us.
Bye-bye.